Hey, it's Webs here with a blazing new build centered around Chi and his final equipment, Flameheart Crystal. I honestly wasn't going to do anything with Chi until we could actually unlock Blazing Ban, but I did have Chi at this point mostly maxed out and had a bunch of coins left over, so I was able to actually use the equipment that I thought would be the second best, aka Flameheart Crystal. And the reason for this is because I saw someone else playing a build using Chi but abusing a bug that I'm about to show you. So in the clip behind me, I actually have Chi on the bench with the equipment in question, and if you do this, any abilities that would heal you while he's actually on the bench will actually give the beast still the +5 HP. This is something that you can easily abuse right now. I don't know if it's inconsistent wording or the fact that it is actually a bug, and I wanted to mention this before going into the build itself, as it does actually change the starting lineup that you're probably going to want to use with this build if you want to abuse that bug. Though in this video, I'm only going to include one game where I abuse the bug, and everything else is going to be without what I think is a bug, just to make it a little bit more fair when it comes to showing off the overall power of this third equipment. I don't think this build is the best build in the world, and I know I did just do another nature-based build, but this is an easy way to actually proc Chi-Chi's final equipment anyways while he is actually on the board. And that's the reason why I wanted to use Malfurion, as Mukla actually has a lot of synergy with Malfurion, because wouldn't you know, Mukla's two final abilities are actually nature, which actually proc Malfurion, and he's a beast, so you get additional HP and make him a lot more tanky. And another warning I should probably give before going into the overall build is the fact that I'm only at 7.5k rating as it currently stands, because the month just reset, so most of these games aren't going to be the most meta relevant threats probably. It really just depends on what we actually face. There are two matchups that are actually worth mentioning before going into the step-by-step for this build. The first one being dragons, which is a really bad matchup for this build, mainly due to the fact that they can out-heal a lot of the damage that you're actually doing, and because of this they can easily kill all of your mercenaries before you get the chance to kill any of theirs, so that's a really bad matchup. And the other thing that I should probably say is Frost is actually a halfway decent matchup for this build, and you do actually have a chance to winning that matchup, but most of the time you probably aren't going to, and this build is more of a for fun until Chi-Chi's final equipment actually comes out, because Chi-Chi is a really funny mercenary that I think will actually see some play in the future, but I just don't think a build right now exists where he's going to show off his full potential, and this is probably the closest you're going to get. Now, with that out of the way, the usual starting lineup for this build is King Mukla, followed by Malfurion and Chi-Chi. This is what I usually like to start out with, just because of the fact that this will allow you to have a bunch of self-healing between Malfurion and Chi-Chi, thus making both your King Mukla and his big brother actually very hard to actually kill. The equipment that we're using is Flameheart Crystal, as mentioned before. This allows us to buff up all of our beasts that are getting healed by either Malfurion or Chi-Chi himself, including himself, which actually makes him a lot harder to kill, and why he can actually survive a full Sinestra blast if you are facing actual dragons. And the main thing that you're going to want to be doing with him is rotating between Blazing Song and Firestorm, though if your mercenaries are real low and you have the chance and you've already used one Blazing Song to scale up the healing a little bit, you can use Inspiring Song to actually heal the rest of your mercenaries by 13 instead of the normal 10, and that's always another possibility. I think this will probably be used in some type of fire build in the future. I just need to get this final equipment. The second mercenary is Malfurion. We're using Life Root Staff. This is his stereotypical equipment. It heals every time that you use a nature ability, and it does scale with the healing power from Chi-Chi, which is the main reason you're actually combining the two in the starting lineup, thus making your three first mercenaries actually really hard to kill, especially if your opponent doesn't know which one to actually focus down. And most of the time you're using Cenarian Surge as the main filler. You use the other two abilities here and there, but they usually don't come up. The final mercenary in the starting lineup is usually King Mukla. This is for Mukla's big brother, and for 2 nature abilities, just so you can actually scale the healing even more each individual turn. Mukla can get really big really quickly, and you are going to probably want to use Banana Frenzy here and there too, in between the big push turns, though you could actually target himself with a primal power, as this will allow him to maybe be able to one-shot a Sinestra if she is at low enough HP, and actually maybe one-shot her, because that is your main hope to being able to counter a Sinestra in this build. The 4th mercenary, and the one that I sometimes switch between him and Chi is Xuen. We're using Celestial Chestplate as the equipment, as this will steal more attack, while also providing a way to actually do a bunch of damage to all the casters. If you can get this to survive long enough and combo it out with a Mukla, where you're using primal power, you can actually scale up Xuen pretty quickly, even without using Pounce, which is really neat to actually do. And Tiger's Lightning is another nature ability, which makes it even better for a build like this. And for the 5th mercenary, we're using Sinestra. I was originally using King Crush, but I ended up switching him out for Sinestra because Sinestra is more diversity in the actual type of mercenaries that you actually have on the team, and she doesn't require you to actually use her to attack to actually do damage to your opponent's mercenaries. You can just rotate between Mana Barrier and Twilight Extinction. This allows her to be a perfect mercenary to actually combo with Xuen. When Xuen would actually take attack away from King Crush, this doesn't really matter in this case, and the reason why I included her over him. And we're using Mana Brooch as a way to make her even more tanky, so you can maybe rely on her to actually finish off the game if you chipped away at your opponent long enough with all your other mercenaries. Like usual, he's in here for appetizers, but he's also really good just because he's another nature-based mercenary. And now, with that being said, let's go find some games. We have an even team. I'm hoping it isn't dragons, but it probably is. Oh, demons. I don't know what to focus here. I think in theory it's this, but I actually just don't know. I think in theory this could scale quickly. Well, Jaraxxus might have made sense too. Okay, so we got them low. We'll eat bananas, we'll do that, and then we'll AoE. That should at least kill Rathornian. I never really realized how close his name is to Rathian, and he doesn't even have any lore to him. It's really funny that they decided to create a separate demon with that close of a name. I'll get it real close. We do need to start killing these though. Okay, that's one down. I was hoping that would kill that. Kill that, and then yes, do it like that. I think we're still quicker. The problem with demons is they're always slow. We did protect Gigi here. The next turn we should be able to taunt back up and then AoE. Okay, that... Oh no, we're quicker. On one hand, this always will target Gigi if they use their ability. Yeah, we have to kill Jaraxxus next. I would have preferred to kill Manoroth, but... Wait, is this only other demons, or is it anything? No, it's all demons. And they killed it anyways, so we win. Okay. Oh, mostly casters. Interesting. Oh, not really interesting. It probably just means it's frost. I guess it could it be dragons? No, I guess it's going to be shadow. Okay, Samuro is dead first. I'm not dealing with this shit. But Vol'jin might have been a good target too. I find it funny people actually target down. Oh, I guess it's so Samuro can actually get access to. Oh, Gigi isn't dead this turn. And we'll be quicker, so... And a little bit annoying, but we should be fine. Okay, so Samuro should be dead here. They're going to probably do their, yep, big combo. It's going to almost, oh, they didn't do the full combo. Okay. Well, let's just keep giving an attack. Actually, no, we want to attack. As much as I want to heal for doing that, and just use Inspiring Song instead. We're going to try to kill Vol'jin next. The issue with this matchup is we're pretty slow compared to them. That's funny. Okay, so question is, oh yeah, we do put Xuen down, because if we put Xuen down, we can Primal Power, AoE heal. Oh, and that's technically a beast. That's also really funny. And counts. Yeah, let's do it like that. I guess I could have attacked with that, but that actually just puts it in range. But if we did attack with that, then healing would have made it even bigger. Okay, so they'll kill off that. That's perfectly fine. They're going to try to kill Mukla. We get the Vol'jin, which is exactly what we wanted. I'm assuming the last two mercenaries they have are... Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'm going to try to do that. Scale up the damage that way. I'm trying to think. Is this technically... Yeah, we have to try to do it. I don't think Tiger's Lightning is going to kill anything, but it'll chunk something for a lot. Okay, they put down a fish. We'll heal the fish up, I guess. So, force that, hit that. We're going to do this, and then we're going to back that, I guess. The really funny thing is, we in theory could kill that. Oh no. No, we can't. We'll do it like this. I was thinking we could maybe kill... I guess we could have. They're going to focus down Mukla. Well, AoE. Yes, Sinestra's next. We'll do that. We'll do this. And we'll try to Tiger's Lightning again. I don't know if they can actually win this. It really just depends on how many mercenaries we can get off the board before Diablo comes down. And that is actually probably the worst fish that they possibly could have gotten. Okay, we actually hit the best target we could have gotten. Oh, that's so close to death. Okay, I really wish we actually had Cookie down right now. We're going to AoE, we're going to do this. We're going to attempt to do that. Because Cookie should be dead here no matter what. Oh, that didn't work how I thought it was going to work. Okay, so we got one down. Okay, so we put down Cookie. And then we should be able to out-heal the damage from Diablo. Though buffing this up for another 10 HP is not something I want to actually do. But this buffs us up for 15. They're going to focus down Cookie. We can bleed. And we can try to put down a fish. Because if we put down a fish, it should be able to get through. Okay, so they're just going to focus down Cookie instead of stomping. And they give up. Actually, let's do the cheese start. I haven't done that today. We might as well try it like this. I mentioned the bug earlier. I want to make sure it's still in play. I also don't want to show this off too much, just given the fact that I rather show off the build not abusing a bug, and it's going to be the same person. That's the reason why I wanted to do it. I knew what they were going to be playing. Going to attack Anduin. Sure, they'll be able to kill Malfurion a little bit quicker, but we should be able to keep Mukla alive. And we might actually be able to kill Anduin in one turn. That's the other possibility. We don't, but we can do that. Oh, actually, just do that, and then back into that. And we can try our RNG with the Tiger's Lightning. Might as well. We're here. As long as it doesn't hit Lich King. Good. Okay, don't hit Lich King. Only can get so lucky, I guess. Okay, we're going to use dinner time. We're going to attack that. We're gonna do that. Oh, actually, pounce might be fine. Do it like this. To be fair, we probably could have just used the pounce to attack that. There was no way that Anduin was going to live there. The next turn, we'll be able to buff up Xuen even further. Okay, they're going to put down Diablo. They're going to buff up Xuen. Xuen might actually be almost able to one-shot their entire board here. That could be funny. Okay, so they're going to use that. We're going to hit Lich King. Oh, I guess we won't be able to hit the entire board, but got pretty close. We killed Diablo pretty quickly. And then we just have 2 mercenaries left, and we didn't even lose a single mercenary, including King Mukla's big brother. And they give up. I would too. Alright, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the build. So the first thing I have to get out of the way is this build has a big bug that you can easily abuse, as shown in the last game that I actually played. Throughout the entire testing, I only really used the bug, I think maybe in 3 games, just because I was uncomfortable with doing it. And it really reminds me of the Mr. Smite bug when he first came out with his equipment, where he would gain attack while he was actually on the bench. So I think Flameheart Crystal will probably be hotfixed to actually not work how it currently is, but it really depends if this becomes a big enough issue where people are making a bunch of highlight videos of abusing a bug like this. There's much bigger bugs currently in Hearthstone that actually do affect the game for a much larger impact, and I don't think this would be a make or break between it actually being a really good build or a really bad build, because right now it really is just a middle of the road build. I think it has a lot of potential to be a better build if it got maybe one other really good beast that you could actually use that doesn't scale off of attack damage itself, but off of something like spell damage or even more healing power. I don't know what beast that would be, but anything to replace Sinestra. Sinestra on her own is just a really strong mercenary. That's the reason why she's in here. She can actually solo a lot of games as seen in this video alone, but Chi-Chi does have a lot of potential for the future in some type of either fire build, maybe a beast build, or even a healing based build. I could see someone try to combo Chi-Chi with Holy Humans, for example, just because then you could scale the healing that you do with Anduin and Volin every single individual turn. I don't know. It's just something to actually really think about for the future, and I'm really looking forward to trying to figure out other ways to abuse Chi-Chi. I don't know if I'm going to do something with Nizao next week or another video with Chi-Chi, focusing more around fire instead of beasts, since I did do 2 nature builds in a row, so why not do 2 Chi-Chi builds in a row? With that being said, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, bye bye.